You're watching ciLiving, sponsored by Stefanie Pratt.
You hear her name every day throughout the show because she is the ciLiving sponsor. Here today to give us a pulse on the local real estate market is Stefanie Pratt. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cold New Year.
I know. It is such a cold snap, and the time goes so fast. I feel like we were just shooting the intro where you were making the announcement, and here we are.
You were coming in, and now we're like about 2.5 months till I go open my pool.
I am there. So tell me a little bit about your holiday food giveaway. Let's start there.
Well, we did touch on that last time with Karita. So it's basically it was in December, and we gave it away right before Christmas, which was great. We had 52 meals. We still had some people adding on the day of, but we were already out, unfortunately. The police got to deliver them, the Champaign Police Department, Urbana Police Department, Tapman's Towing, and Sheriff's Department. And people were so excited, and some of the people got the same people twice, like they've delivered last year, and they just reported back how amazing it was, and they got a nice warm meal, and they just brightened their holiday, and that's what actually made me happy, because that's my Christmas.
Right. That's really nice that you do that and help our community. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit better because my family doesn't really exchange gifts very much. So I was always taught to give back. So this is the best way I've actually been able to find the last I'm going on 5 years now. So.
Oh, wow. And so January is an interesting time for your business, right? So can you give us a little bit of a pulse on what the real estate market looks like this month?
Well, it's been slower. The cold does not help things. When we've had snow activity and freezing cold temperatures, we have people like bundled up, and they're getting a little bit of energy going on, but they're not wanting to go out too much. But we are getting the first-time buyers. The divorce season is here. I know I don't like to hear about it either, but it's part of the whole system. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
it's usually right after the holidays. We get that little rush of people staying together, for kids and for family, and then making their decisions. So we do have that going on. A lot of first-time buyers. Rates are still, they're not the greatest right now, but they're not bad. I mean, they're in the high 6s to up to about 7, and we hope to see those trend down. Conventional rates are a little bit higher than FHA rates. So we're just hoping that the season's really not going to kick off until really probably in March, but we're getting some activity here, and we're starting to build a little inventory, so there's not a lot of inventory.
Right, so it's sort of slowly ticking up as the year is starting to get moving. January's a slow start, but we're getting there.
I need some inventory, so if you want to sell a home,
you know who to call. Excellent. And can you talk a little bit about, if you are selling your home, virtual staging? Because I know that sort of sometimes people, if the house is empty, can't maybe visualize what their stuff would look like. So can you just talk a little bit about that?
Well, I love to do marketing. So all the marketing that I do for my team, I do all the listings, and it's just fun. So I sent you some pictures of before and after, and I'm a photo geek. I'm a marketing geek about that stuff. So I've got like 3 different programs. The one you see on the screen now is one that I actually AI generated, which is kind of cool. That was before and after. And there's one program that if I don't see that the AI is doing what I want it to do, and it hasn't trained on that program's just not working, I can go in and actually manually put all the furniture in there. And I did that just recently to a basement. They didn't have a chance to clean it out, but they wanted to get on the market. I tried to remove the furniture, but it didn't do the way it needed to. I think AI is still trying to catch up on that stuff. Made some marks on the wall, so I just turned around and I deleted some stuff and I put some furniture in there. And that's just but we do have to mark those in our MLS and to our list, to our buyers, that is virtual stage. So that's truth in advertising. But it gives buyers an idea of what furniture can look like, because they just can't walk into an empty room and just say, oh, okay, I can put it here, or they actually misguide, or they go, oh, that room looks so small.
Right.
Then when you put the furniture in there, they're like, oh, well, this works just fine, because the virtual staging does actually do it to the size, the dimensions of the room. It actually has to calibrate it really nicely.
Oh, wow. Okay. So ultimately then that program gives you the option to get some help from AI, or you can manually override and do it all yourself.
Correct. And I've been doing this the longest. I started doing it a few years ago, so I actually own 3 programs, and it's just, so it's part of my marketing that I offer my clients.
That is really a great bonus.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Well, if you are looking to buy or sell a home, you know who to call, the lovely Stefanie Pratt. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being the ciLiving sponsor.
Absolutely. We'll see you in February.
Yes.
Because we got Red Hot Winter coming up too.
Red Hot Winter.
I'll be on twice next month.
Amazing. Well, we will see you then. And if you want more information, you can visit us on the web at ciliving.tv.